President-elect Trump at Mar-a-Lago this hour as we await more cabinet picks ahead of House Speaker Mike Johnson's visit there this weekend. Johnson saying that the GOP is ready to deliver now that they have secured a majority in the House, the Senate, and have secured the White House and the presidency.
Just had a big victory. You may have read about it. Setting records with practically every voting group, every voting class. They say most consequential win in the last 129 years. What's that all about? That's a lot. I just wanted to win. Didn't have to do that much. I just wanted to win.
So much winning.
But we did. Yeah, too much winning. Too much winning. That was no such. Is there any such thing as too much winning? Yeah, but we have to win now as a country.
We have to win as a country now. The end of that from the president-elect. Let's bring in our panel. Katie Pavlich, townhall.com editor. Guy Benson, host of The Guy Benson Show. Both are Fox News contributors. And Juan Williams, Fox News senior political analyst. Great to have all three of you with us. Katie, you hear those comments, and we see these nominations rolling in to be part of his cabinet. What do you support and what concerns you and what you see, if anything?
Well, Martha, I was on Capitol Hill earlier today talking with a few of the new House members just to get an idea of what their agenda is. And they say that they want to support the president's agenda moving forward. They want to do it both in the House and the Senate. The Senate is focused on getting his nominees through as quickly as possible, given that the last time around it took years for some of them to get confirmed, and a number of nominations never even made it through those confirmation process. And in the House, they're very concerned about getting started quickly with bills on border security, for example, and realize they have a short window to do it because House seats are up every 2 years. So really this first year for them is consequential in terms of getting what they want to get done and not squandering the opportunity when they have full power in Washington.
All right, Guy, this is Senator Schumer urging the GOP to be bipartisan. Watch this.
To my Republican colleagues, I offer a word of caution in good faith. Take care not to misread the will of the people, and do not abandon the need for bipartisanship. After winning an election, the temptation may be to go to the extreme.
Guy?
Good faith and Chuck Schumer don't really go together in my book, and I think a lot of Republicans would agree, and they would say, okay, thank you so much, Chuck, for that advice. We're going to put that straight in the trash can based on the way that he governed. Right? We didn't get a lot of the bipartisanship lectures when Democrats were in charge. They did what they wanted to do through the sheer use of power that they had. I actually think overall it's not terrible counsel, but Republicans will have one or two big legislative bites at the apple. That's what we typically see at the beginning of a new presidency, especially when they've got the trifecta, one party or the other. They've got to prioritize smartly, and they have to realize they're going to get vociferous, probably unified opposition from Chuck Schumer and his party that suddenly, in the Senate at least, are fans, many of them, of the filibuster once again. Isn't that fun?
Juan, I'm just curious. You wrote a piece saying that you believed that Latino men did not want a woman to be president. But when you look back at the polling from when it was Trump and Biden, Biden had already lost 20% of the Latino vote before he stepped away. Not that different from the outcome in the election. So why do you say that?
Oh, I mean, if you look back at 2020, it's pretty clear that Biden did much better than Harris did with Latino voters.
No, but I'm talking about
overall,
how he was doing heading into this election. The polling against Trump showed Biden down with Latino voters by 20% and also losing ground with black voters substantially. So that had already been lost before a woman was on the ticket.
No, I think that it's pretty clear if you compare the numbers that Latino men really went off the edge, if you will, with regard to Harris. And, you know, I think a lot of the thinking early on, Martha, was it's going to be about inflation, wages, and the like.
You don't think it was about inflation and wages and the like?
It might fit in somewhere, but I was going to say to you, you look back analytically, you look at how they voted with regard to Hillary Clinton back in 2016, and again, you see it was Latino men that voted as a majority against Hillary Clinton Then you come to Biden in 2020, you see that gap shrink, and then you come back to Harris in 24, and you see it expand. On the larger issue that we're discussing this afternoon about Trump, I would just say watch that clock. Controversial cabinet picks take a lot of time, and picking up on what we've just heard, those picks are going to go against a fast clock because, he's basically a lame duck going in with 2 years before the midterms. And boy, he shouldn't use up his clock and his legislative agenda
wow, that was fast.
Seeing those controversial picks.
Well, he's got clearly 2 years before that and a brand new president, hardly a lame duck at this point. But you're right. They have to hit the ground running if they can achieve some of what they're carving out here. Katie and Guy and Juan, great to see all three of you. Thank you so much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.